Back at Kansas Speedway, Mike King along with Scott Goodyear. We are getting set to complete 28 of 67 laps here in our inaugural Infiniti Pro Series event. Scott, they'll run 100 miles here today. That's 67 laps. And right now, A.J. Foyt IV has his hands full with Ronnie Johncox. Foyt had built a big lead early, but it has all but evaporated.
It certainly has, Mike, and right now he's got a fight going on his hands going on to turn 3 right now. But, you know, some great close racing here, and that's what these guys are here to do, to learn about side-by-side racing on these types of tracks.
Ronnie Johncox, 33 years old, out of Jackson, Michigan. He, of course, has 8 starts in the Indy Racing League under his belt. Meantime, the guy up front, 18 years old, and A.J. Foyt IV, most of his training has been in karts. He did run Formula Continentals this past year. And then 19-year-old Aaron Fike, a USAC Silver Crown and midget specialist who runs in 3rd right now. Interesting to see the backgrounds where these guys are coming from.
A various background that they have right now, but I mean, these guys are running smooth lines, nice and fast, nice and smooth, sometimes getting a little bit too low on that white line, but they're here to learn. But right now they're clicking off these laps nose to tail. They need to keep doing this, because if they start fighting too much and going side by side, that latter group will start to pick up and catch up to them.
We continue to see Johncox pop to the outside and try to make the pass. Meantime, Fike has laid back and watched the battle. Who is in control in this situation? Because clearly it would seem that if you run with another car, you're faster than if you try to run by yourself.
Absolutely. We'll see this right now. Fike picks a partner right now. If it's Johncox or Foyt, he'll help push that car further forward and actually find himself maybe picking himself up to 2nd.
A.J. Foyt IV, and he talked about it before the race, said that Granddad told him to stick those left side tires on the white line and do not give up that position. Looks like right now he's a pretty good student.
Well, not only is he doing that in turns 1 and 2, but he's also doing it in the trial that we just saw. The fastest way around a racetrack usually is on the low side. Don't let anybody get underneath you.
Foyt, Johncox, and Fike run 1, 2, 3. Of course, as we mentioned, drivers in the Infiniti Pro Series come from a variety of racing backgrounds. Take, for example, Ed Carpenter, a former national quarter midget champ who started racing when he was 8, USAC National Sprint Car Rookie of the Year. Let's take a moment to meet Ed Carpenter.
I started racing quarter midgets when I was 8 years old.
Yeah, there's young Ed Carpenter there.
And then I've been running USAC. I started running Silver Crown in 2000. And then 2001, I started running sprint cars. And now this year, I'm finally in the Pro Series, getting closer to my goal, making it to the 500.
I always lifted to keep space in the front.
The biggest difference was actually holding it flat going into the corner, because usually in my USAC cars, I'm all the way out of the gas and on the brakes. So first couple of times I held it flat, it was just like, I hope it sticks, and then it did, so I just went from there. I mean, it's just a lot of work, really. I've been full-time for 3 years. I'm going to be a senior this year, and this is going to be my toughest year because I'm getting to the point in my racing career where I'm almost to where I want to be, and I'm putting all my energy into that. And I keep putting less energy into school. It's not what my teachers want to hear, but it's just, I don't know, you just kind of have to do a balancing act. I'm really comfortable because I have the same team for the Pro Series and all my Silver Crown sprint cars, so we all work together. So it brings the confidence that I had from the other series into this, and then now it's just a matter of me getting used to this type of car, and as soon as I do that, I think we'll be able to win races.
So as we rejoin the racing, we are watching now from onboard Arie Luyendyk Jr.'s car, the battle for the lead. Ronnie Johncox on the outside, A.J. Foyt IV. Scott continuing to hug the white line as they enter the tri-oval.
Well, he's been down there all day long, Mike. Like you said, the fastest way around there certainly is on the low side. He doesn't want to give that up.
We watch Arie Luyendyk Jr. as he seemingly is running a very erratic line, Scott. He moves to the low side to the high side. Is he looking for a way around these guys 3 wide?
Well, he's certainly getting the break right now in front of him with these guys breaking the air for him. But, you know, I'd like to see him a little bit smoother, running high, running low, and a little bit like a road car horse driver right now.
So we watch the top 3 cars, and once again on board with Arie Luyendyk Jr. as they approach the tri-oval at over 180 miles an hour in this inaugural Infiniti Pro Series event. We also see Aaron Fike, who seems content right now to watch these top 3 battle it out, and he's kind of going to settle in there, I guess, and choose his spot.
Well, he was below the white line, and thankfully for him, is actually in the tri-oval area where that hinge point is not that different as it is in the turns. You certainly don't want to get below the white line.
Once again, the battle for the lead out front, the Harris machine, that is the A.J. Foyt entry, driven by A.J. Foyt the fourth. On the outside, you see Ronnie John Cox. Then the red and white car of Ari Lyondike Jr. The purple and silver car, that is Aaron Fike. And now Jason Priestley has worked himself back into this lead pack. He runs fifth.
He does. Ed Carpenter, you can see just off your screen, he's catching up because all these guys there again are breaking the air for him, getting a good pack of racing going on here. These guys are gaining a lot of experience in these type of cars. 8,200 RPM, 450 horsepower, these Q45 engines really singing along right now.
Ari Lyondike going to the low side. Oh, he and John Cox touch, Scott, not good.
Oh, Mike, below the white line. We talked about that a couple of times here. We'll have to look back at a replay, but I think he got below the white line, especially in these turns, getting down to that flat banking. I think that the problem happens that the car loses its downforce and you lose control.
There, apparently, Aaron Fike has also been involved in this incident, and we had just talked about the fact that the 19-year-old from Galesburg, Illinois, was kind of sitting back and waiting for the right time. Apparently, though, he's not going to have the opportunity because he gets caught in an incident that essentially involves, you see the white car, the 8 car of Ronnie John Cox, sitting just on the grass, just off of the apron, and then the safety workers, the Indy Racing League safety team, making their way to the red and white car of Ari Lyondike Jr. So Aaron Fike, maybe he wasn't giving them enough room to play.
Well, he might have been a bystander basically on this because I didn't really see how he got involved, but we see Ari Lyondike Jr. getting out of the car right now, and I think right now it's unfortunate for both these guys. They had such a strong race going on, and you can see some displeasure out of Ari Lyondike Jr., but if I was him, I think I'd want to go back and see the replay.
Well, here is the replay, and Scott, break it down for us.
Well, you saw Lyondike Jr. get below the white line. As I mentioned a second ago, I think what happens basically is you lose control of the car, you lose some downforce. The car looked like it just slid up only by about a foot or so and caught John Cox, and then started that chain reaction.
Here it is again, and we see the left side tires below the white line, and it looked like as Ari just drifted back up the track a bit to try to get back in the groove, he touched the side pod, and Aaron Fike, as you mentioned, an innocent bystander. He had nowhere to go. Here we are back on board with Ari Jr.
Ari takes advantage of the draft. He gets that slipstream, gets a little bit of advantage going to 3, and see those tires are below the white line, absolutely, and then it sort of rockets itself up very quickly, and then it makes contact.
We also saw Ed Carpenter's car come sliding through sideways through the debris. It does not appear, though, that his car made any contact. So he has apparently dodged a bullet, but he does flat spot those tires.
Flat spot those tires, and what happens with that, Mike, is sure enough, he'll have a vibration on those tires. He'll probably have to find himself in pit lane to put on 4 brand new Firestone Firehawks.
So a multi-car incident involving Ronnie John Cox, Ari Lyondike Jr., and Aaron Fike has brought out the yellow flag here at Kansas Speedway.